This.
You dumb. That's not a hunt. It just scared the piss out of me again.
Again?
Hello everyone, and welcome to another movie review. Today, I will be reviewing Gangubai Kathiawadi. Is directed by and stars This movie was released February 16th, 2022, and is about the life story of a woman named Ganga who had dreams of becoming a big star, but at a young age was sold off to become a prostitute and a child sex slave in Kamathipura, I cannot pronounce it for the life of me, brothel. This film is based off of a book that itself is loosely based off of a true story. And to start off this review for the film, I want to talk about the acting. Because everyone in this film does an incredible job. But had it not been for the lead actress, I think a lot of the emotion in this film probably would have fallen flat. There are multiple scenes in this movie where you can tell that she's giving the performance all that she has, and it really pays off. Not only does she bring the emotion, but every time that she's on the screen, which is the majority of the runtime, she dominates with her presence. But this is not to say that she overshadows those who share the screen with her, because there are many other side characters that also are giving really great performances, but also give Gangu hurdles to overcome and areas to really show the audience who she is. The writing and the story are also really fantastic. This movie is 2 hours and 32 minutes long, and although it definitely feels long, the story had me invested all the way through, to the point where I refused to give up. The only issues that I had with the film is that once she becomes what is essentially the hero of the film, she does start to feel like a Mary Sue, but it's not because she can do no wrong. There are plenty of things that go incredibly wrong for her, but it doesn't feel like anything that does go wrong really impacts her in any way that is more than a minor inconvenience. However, even that being said, she does have a bit of a Bruce Wayne syndrome, where because of this, as in it sometimes feels like the only thing that really does stop her in her tracks is the idea of her parents, but I'll get more into that later. And the other issue is that there is opposition from the church multiple times in the film, but they hardly have any real presence compared to the other characters in the film. Of course they have an issue with what's going on, but anytime they show up, instead of a compelling character, what we get pretty much boils down to a toddler throwing a temper tantrum. There are also several songs in this movie that also double as dance numbers. All of the songs are great, and I had a blast listening to them, but the songs didn't really grab me like they did with Belle that came out earlier this year. Each and every song that was in this movie did, however, really boost the emotion of the scenes that they were in, and perfectly blended with the dialogue in the story. The costume and set design were also great. I actually really liked a lot of the clothes that the characters were wearing. Not only were the clothes really neat to look at, but as soon as someone came onto the screen, you could instantly tell who was important and who wasn't, kind of like a manga. The sets kind of did the same thing too, where whenever there wasn't too much going on, it looked like a regular old street, but as soon as things were about to go down, or whenever an emotional scene was coming in the background reflected exactly how we were feeling, and it was really exciting to see the movie do this. The film also takes place around the same few blocks for the entire movie, and it was, but because of the way they use color and lighting in the backgrounds, every scene that used the same few buildings felt completely different and new. And it was again, it was super neat to watch the film portray the scenery like this. Overall, this film was amazing, and I would actually put this above Belle. I think this movie is as close to perfect as you can get with a movie, and it actually blew me away. This will certainly be going in my perfect tier, and if you can go see it, I would absolutely recommend doing so. Moving on to the next portion of the video, I want to talk more in depth about this film. So from this point on, this will be spoiler territory, and this is your one and only warning. If you wish to avoid spoilers, click off of the video now. If you already have seen this movie, or if you just don't care, please enjoy. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Okay, first of all, this movie is intense. Considering it opens with Gangu, she's already been through the ringer, and to see her being sold off is just incredibly sad. But if it wasn't for the scenes where she burns the dollar, then I don't think the emotion in this film would have landed. In that moment where she burns it, you can see the tears going down her face. Although she is looking and talking in a very cold and emotionally distant tone, it really looks and feels in this moment like the dollar is a metaphor for her soul burning at that moment. And you can see this too every time she thinks of her parents. And it's just so sad, even as an older woman who could at any point just go and see them. But anyway, she gives an incredible performance, and I really love her for it. Another great performance goes to the person that played the president, whose name I cannot pronounce. I really like what this character brought to the story, and I also really liked their costume as well. I think every scene where it's Gangu and the president are probably my favorites in the whole film, especially the one where it's just them talking on the street alone. Everything about that scene was cool, and I wish there had been other people in the theater with me to have seen it. Listening to their reactions would have been really neat, I think. The Mafia King guy was really cool too, and it made me happy to see that he actually had some integrity and wasn't just some cookie cutter cliche mob boss. He actually treated people with respect unless he felt like he was being taken advantage of. Truly the only people I didn't like in the film were the ones associated with the church. They just really felt like a bunch of crybabies. Oh my god, the prostitute is talking. Mwah! But, I mean, everyone else in the film didn't really seem to have a problem with them, though. The songs, much like Belle, made me want to look them up afterwards, but unfortunately they just aren't as catchy, but the transitions into the songs were all really great and complemented the film really well. I really liked the one where Gangu was just chilling in the crowd watching. That one was really nice. I don't remember the full context for the film, but the singer, I felt, did a really good job portraying like everything that you really needed to know about that scene. Let's see. One last thing, and this has to do with Gangu kind of feeling like a Mary Sue. She has this speech towards the end of the film, and it was really surprising how well she did with said speech, considering how she said she's never given one in front of a crowd before. Like, she's had some, like, serious nerve up through the whole film, but it seems like she's really scared of messing this up, and then it ends up just being perfect. And it's like, okay then. Like, I don't even know why we spent time establishing that she was nervous in the first place. Also, the thing with her parents, like, her mom getting, like, super angry with her after not speaking for, like, 15 years is, like, really jarring, but, like, I think it worked really well with the film due to the fact that it further establishes Gangu's feelings. Like, at that moment, if they had been like, please come back to us, like, she might have actually gone and done it. But because of the reaction from her mom, it's like that last little bit of Genga left, like, died, and her place as the mafia queen was pretty much cemented. And yeah, for reasons like that, I thought the emotion worked really, really well. Anyway, that is my thoughts of the film. If you went to see it, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. And please like and follow if you enjoyed. Thank you, and goodbye.